friend. Good afternoon and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. Today is Tuesday? No. What? Today is Monday. Today is Monday, October 2nd, and it is already 1:09 p.m. and I have had the most productive Monday ever. And it's crazy because I also already kind of still feel behind, but I have to remind myself that this is a marathon, not a sprint, and the list of things that I have already done today is absolutely mind-boggling. First things first. I didn't vlog this. I finished vlogging after I had my dinner last night. We went to bed by 10 o'clock last night. 10 p.m. I don't remember, like literally I was finishing up the act of getting ready for bed and ready to climb into bed at 9:52. I was like, who am I? And we both did it. And then I set our hue lights. We have those fancy Philip Hue lights that change colors and do all the fun things in the bedroom, but you can also program them to come on and do things at different times. And there is an alarm like wake up feature where you can have the lights slowly start to fade in at an increment of your own desiring, at a time of your own desiring. So I had those lights programmed to come on. I had my sleep cycle app, which is the app that wakes you up based on where you're at in your sleep cycle, up to half an hour before your alarm. So my sleep cycle app was set for 6 a.m. It went off at 5:55 this morning, and you know what happened? I woke up. I got up, and my husband got up. We both got up, sorry, playing with the dog. We both got up at 6 a.m. this morning. I sat and I read my productivity nonfiction book. I went for a 30-minute walk outside before it got too hot because today is actually, even though it's fall, even though by next weekend we're gonna have lows in the 30s, right now it is 84 degrees outside. So Minnesota is having like one last little round of summer for a couple of days before we officially transition into fall, which is totally normal. So I'm in shorts and a crop top right now, but we're just gonna pretend that it's fall, okay? So I went for a walk early in the morning before it could get too hot outside, and then I went downstairs and I did some weightlifting. I cooked the most amazing breakfast I've had in a very long time from my own kitchen, which is saying something because I typically love the breakfasts that I cook for myself, right? This was next level. If you haven't had the Trader Joe's Harvest hash, go get you some, because I put a little bit of that in the pan with some feta cheese and 2 eggs, and oh my gosh, it was mind-boggling. It was absolutely delicious. I'm already like ready for more of it tomorrow, right? Like that was the level that it was in. I'm showered. My hair is doing its curly, air dryy thing. I have no foundation on, just a little bit of eyebrows, a little bit of lip color because I'm letting my skin breathe. I try to do that every once in a while. And since I don't need to be anywhere till later, we're gonna forego the full face of makeup. Can I have that, please? Give it. Thank you. Give it. Gracie and I are playing with Felix Felicis, if you know, you know. And then I went to Target and got what I needed for the week and walked out for less than $100 for our week's worth of groceries this week. So far, today has been awesome. It's been wildly productive. And I just sat down and I had like a snacky snack lunch, so I'm gonna put the footage of what that was in here now. All right, I'm about to have a little bit of a snack instead of a lunch because I'm hungry, but I'm not like full meal hungry, and since I have to eat dinner early today, I'm going to opt for a snack for lunch. So I have 2 containers here. The first one is Light and Fit Greek yogurt, which I really enjoy, and I'm going to throw in, let me see, based on the macro balance. The other thing I'm going to eat, I'm not going to mix these together, but mush was on sale at Target, so I bought some, and the macros in the chocolate one are actually, the macros on the chocolate one are actually really great. It's got fat, it's got carbs, it's got 5 grams of fiber and 7 grams of protein. So together this is going to be just about 20 grams of protein. So what I'm actually going to do is, instead of mixing the almond butter into here like I normally do, I'm just going to put a little bit of pumpkin butter to enhance the pumpkin flavor. So that's what I'm going to have as my snack. So what's left? What else do I have to do today? Well, tonight is Monday, which means I have choir practice tonight. I am a member of the Minnesota Valley Women's Chorale, and that's very exciting to me because I'm actually singing with like a group of large talented people, large group, talented people, 100 women, really, really cool. And I have to be in early today because the director emailed me and said, hey, you wanna come in and audition for this solo? If someone asks you to come in and audition for something, you don't say no. So I said yes. I was like, yes, of course I will be there half an hour early, no problem. So I plan on eating dinner a little bit early. I do have some kitchen cleaning stuff that I want to do and food prep stuff that I want to do. I want to get clothes and everything in the clutter in the bedroom put away today. Those are the two primary homemaking tasks of the afternoon. And I want to go upstairs and spend about an hour editing. I just thought of a couple other things that I did this morning. I did my journaling, I did Bible study time, and I also typed up an Instagram post. Wildly productive, like I said. And a new course that I signed up for about digital course creation, so exciting, launched today, and I want to start module 1. So I think now I'm getting stared at by this booger. I think now I'm going to, once I'm done with her, go upstairs and work in my office for a little bit and then come back downstairs and do the rest of the housewifing thing. My goal is to have not a lot of housewifing to do the rest of the week. I haven't decided what my exact routine looks like yet, but it's a work in progress, and that's okay. All right, it is 3:15. When did I last check in with you? 1:15. I edited yesterday's vlog, so that's rendering, which is awesome. I'm feeling so ahead. Pray for me that I continue along this trajectory. And then I actually did the first couple of modules for this course I'm in, which is actually a course about course creation. Meta, right? Real meta. And I'm excited about it because, as you know, I've been feeling called to kind of lean into the course creation thing. And so when this opportunity presented itself, I decided to jump on it and take it. So part of my homework, I need you to be an active part of my homework, because for the module that I was working on today, I have to kind of crowdsource from my audience, my target audience, which is you. You're my target audience. So if I were to be able to wave a magic wand, or if you were be able to wave your own magic wand, whatever magic wand you want, Harry Potter, Glinda the Good Witch, whatever wand you picture, and magically your biggest challenge in the space that you come to me for content for, health, wellness, I don't know if you come for goal creation, confidence, whatever. If your biggest challenge could magically disappear, your single biggest challenge, what is one challenge in that arena of what I teach, what I create about, that you would just magically poof, bibbidi bobbidi boo, make it disappear? What is your biggest challenge? Let me know in the comments below. If you don't feel like sharing publicly, please DM me, please message me in some way, shape, or form. But I'd love the comment sections to blow up with your biggest pain point and the one thing that you would, if you could just make it poof, gone, it would be gone. That would be really, really helpful for me. By the way, if you haven't gone to Trader Joe's and gotten yourself an O&H Bakery Kringle from Racine, Wisconsin, you're missing out. They have their pumpkin caramel ones. Don't worry, it's not like crazy pumpkin spicy, but it is crazy delicious. You will not regret it. So I just pulled this out of the freezer. I'm gonna get this cut up and put into containers before the icing thaws and I can stack everything really quick. Cut it up into 17 pieces. According to the nutrition information, there's only 12 servings in this ring, so it's actually smaller than the serving size on the thing. For anybody who's actually tracking, here's the information. So each of these slices under 200 calories, the perfect treat. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. No, happy Tuesday. You know, that's about accurate with how I'm feeling this morning. Oh my word, it is just after 8 o'clock. It is 8:14, Tuesday morning, October 3rd. Happy Mean Girls Day. And this is going to be day 2 of this vlog. I need to plan better for Mondays. I need to change my expectations for Mondays and into Tuesdays. Yesterday, we went to choir practice, right, for the Minnesota Valley Women's Chorale. Great practice. I am one of the members that's going to be we're doing one song that involves body percussion. I promise there's a point to this story. And so we spend the whole song doing a whole bunch of like stomping and this and that, and it's very, very cool and it's very fun. And it does, believe it or not, play to my strengths, because while I am physically disabled and I can't execute moves perfectly, I have excellent rhythm. I was a percussionist for 7 years and I've been a musician since age 2. So this is playing to my strengths, right? We rehearsed that piece where we're body percussing and whatever, you know, for quite some time, probably 20 minutes on and off of us doing all this. And then we followed it up immediately with choreography to a different song. Not like hard choreography, but we're doing step touches and little things like this, whatever. But at almost 9 p.m., after the day that I had, I was very productive yesterday, right? I was having a wildly productive day. And did I tell you that? I'm pretty sure I told you that. Like, I had a banging productive morning. It was awesome. And felt really good, big energy expenditure the whole night. So when we're doing that at 10 to 9, and I'm rocking it, and there's 100 women in the room, and we're all bopping and doing, and it took us half an hour to do that too. So we spent an hour of the rehearsal moving. I spent an hour of the rehearsal moving. Then you get home, and the ideal time to go to bed when you want to wake up at 6 o'clock is 10 p.m., right? And when you don't get home until 10 to 10, that doesn't happen. And so I was in bed probably just after 11. Not a big deal. But then I've also been having really vivid dreams the last couple of days. And dreams that kind of are anxiety provoking. Can't tell you exactly what happened. I have a general sense of what they were, and it was running around this big, what felt like one of the old buildings at my college is kind of what it felt like. But I'm also not convinced the building I was running around in my dream exists in some capacity. It was very weird. It was very, very weird. But it was kind of this running from death type scenario, not in a really bloody, gory way, but somebody was out to get me. And it's an anxiety provoking dream. I can't tell you who. I can't tell you who I was with. I can't exactly tell you where I was. I don't remember the details. But in the moment, you know how you have those dreams that make you feel like you didn't sleep because you were so active in the dreams? Those are the dreams that I've been having the past couple of days. And I was like, well, we got to get that under control real fast. Dobby is barking. Yes, we have a dog in our neighborhood named Dobby, and he likes to bark at everybody. It's either Dobby or Charlie. One of those two dogs. Big dogs, always outside and always barking at the passersby. So it's either Dobby, good morning Dobby, or Charlie, good morning Charlie. But the window is open, and today is going to be our last day, presumably, of summer weather. It's supposed to be 83 degrees is the high today. 83, is that right? 82. And then tomorrow our high is in the 60s, and we're going to start getting our lows nice and low. Meaning the 30s. So we go to 67. Okay, that's not so bad. But then we hit, oh, our 37-degree low went away. How lovely. So we're going to be solidly into beautiful sweater weather. Not jacket weather, but sweater weather. If you know, you know. And there's a little Yorkie who looks just like Gracie outside now. Same coloring and everything. Oh my goodness, the baby. Anyway, I'm very distractible this morning. This whole lesson is to say that I'm freaking tired. My alarm went off at 6. My husband's alarm went off at 6. Neither of us got out of bed. And I was awake. I was okay, I'm conscious. So after about 10 minutes, I turned my alarm off, and I'm just going to lay here for a couple more minutes. And I didn't actually fall back asleep. I kind of stayed in the I'm just cozy zone. I don't want to get up yet. My husband got up, turned off our hue lights, and closed the door so I could continue to sleep. I didn't. I got up at 6:40 or something. But I'm dragging. Oh my gosh. So the point is, I have this goal of 6 a.m. every day, right? But I also have to be really logical about things. And until this choir shindig is over, and until I stop having rehearsals until late on Monday nights, I have to understand that Tuesdays are going to be a slow day, and they're probably going to be a later day, which is actually fine because I don't generally have anything planned on Tuesdays. So today my schedule is completely open except for a silent co-working session with my Patreon members. Silent co-working, and that fly is still in here. Oh, for heaven's sake. I don't even know how that fly got in here, but there's no way I can get him out of here. He won't let me catch him. There's no hole to fly out of the window in. Guess he's doomed. Anyway, a silent co-working session is when we get together on Zoom, but we don't talk. We're just there, so we're all in the same room together, and we're holding each other accountable to whatever hour of productivity we need. So I've got some editing to do today, blog posts to write, emails to write. So one of those things I will be doing during silent co-working. I do these on and off. I want to start doing them more consistently because it's a great, easy way to offer extra time and extra perks to my paid Patreon members. So we've got 2 this month, and I'm very excited. Anyway, all of this to say, we gotta be flexible in our goals. I'm not considering today to be a bad day, a day that I have not met the mark, because even though I'm tired, I still have the intention of doing all the things I say I'm gonna do. I still got up earlier than I would have liked to get up, and I'm going to do my best to accomplish what I need to accomplish today. And that's gonna be enough. I want to tell you about what I had for breakfast today. It's the same thing I had for breakfast yesterday. Minus the Canadian bacon. Why? Because this brain is not functioning yet today. And I literally stared at the fridge and I was like, I feel like there's something I'm missing. What am I not putting in this thing? I know there's another ingredient. And then I decided that there was in fact not another ingredient. And so I'm cooking and I'm doing all the thing. And I put the egg vegetable hash mixture on my plate and I realized that the missing source of protein is the Canadian bacon. Oh well. Too bad, so sad for me. And interestingly enough, I woke up, so, oh man, there's so much to tell you. I woke up this morning hungry. Before 7 o'clock, I woke up hungry, which tells me I came home last night and ate a little something, but it tells me that I probably ate in a calorie deficit yesterday, and which is fine. I'm not tracking, so I don't know, but I'm rarely hungry first thing in the morning, especially that early, and I was hungry. I got up and I immediately made breakfast. And then I got about 3/4 of the way through my breakfast and I decided that that was enough. So I actually put the last little bit of my breakfast back in the refrigerator for me to come back to when the next time I get hungry, whenever that is. So intuitive eating is going great today. We're rocking it. We're listening to those hunger and fullness cues. I actually ate food before I had coffee this morning. Everything's feeling good. And so the rest of the day I plan on sharing with you what I'm eating intuitively. Obviously everything from this point forward is what I'm eating intuitively, but in case you're somebody who's never stumbled across my videos before and Vlogtober brought you here, first of all, hi, I'm Brianna, nice to meet you. And I am an intuitive eater, and because I'm new on this journey, I want to keep sharing with you what and how I'm intuitively eating. So that's probably what most of today is going to be. It tacked on to yesterday's vlog, but today's going to be what I eat in a day, intuitively eating. Now I have some morning routine stuff to do. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every one of you. All right, it's time for breakfast part 2. First, I want to share with you, this is what I left behind of my eggs this morning. No, it's not much, but I still wanted to make sure that I listened to my body and stopped before I got too full. So even though it's like 3 bites of food, I still made the intentional choice to put it away. So I'm going to heat that up, but I decided I'm actually quite hungry. So I am modifying. I boosted these Mush maple cinnamon overnight oats. Mush was on sale for 50% off at Target, so I bought a bunch of them because when you can get them half off, that's the time to try them, right? Here's the honest truth. The ingredients are amazing. So it's just almond milk, rolled oats, dates, maple sugar, sea salt, cinnamon. So what that tells me is I don't have to pay for a container of this because I can make my own. So I am going to adventure into the fall themed overnight oats stuff and make them high protein and really, really delicious. But what I did was, instead of taking this packet, which has fine macros to begin with, actually 230 calories, 8 grams of fat, 33 carbs, 4 fiber, and 6 protein, like not terrible. I knew I wanted to boost the fiber content though. And then I knew the ones I had yesterday were chocolate and they were really liquidy. So I was like, oh, easy choice is to mix in my Zen basil seeds. These are superfood powerhouses. They're like chia seeds on steroids. They're really great, high protein, high fiber, reasonable fat, like really, really, really solid. So I was like, I'm gonna add some of those. And then when I added some, I did try to weigh them out because I wanted to make sure that I got at least a tablespoon's worth, or half of a serving's worth in here, so I knew what the fiber content was. But I only got to 7 grams out of 14 before I ran out of room. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if it's enough liquid. So I decided to just dump it in this bowl, add some milk. So I added a little bit of protein because I added maybe, I don't know, 3 tablespoons of milk in here. And then I added the rest of the serving of the seeds. And then I was like, you know what? Let's level it up. So I added a scoop of collagen protein as well. So I now have and then I added some cinnamon and some maple syrup for a little bit of extra flavor, since I added all of those not flavored / powdery flavored things. The powder is from the collagen. It's unflavored collagen, but it can still add a little bit of it just takes away from some of the flavor, right? So what I'm doing now in filming this and stirring it is I need to give the basil seeds time to absorb the liquid. Did I say I also threw cinnamon and maple syrup in here? Yeah. So it's going to be delicious, but I can't eat it just yet. I got to give it about 5 more minutes, I think, to fully allow the seeds to absorb liquid, because rule number 1 of chia seed, basil seed, anything like this, do not eat them dry. You have to rehydrate them before you eat them. So I'm doing that. I'm going to pop that in the microwave, and that is going to be breakfast part 2. In case I didn't say, it is 10:36 and I ate my breakfast at 7:15. So it's been a few hours and I'm not hungry enough to be like, oh, it's lunchtime. We'll see what my meal timings end up being today. My meal timings and my meal sizes. It'll be very interesting and actually a quite informative and enlightening video on intuitive eating as a whole. So I hope you're excited, because I am. Okay, first off, wow, that overnight oats thing that I made, so good. So good. I am comfortable. I am not overstuffed. It was just the right amount of food, but oh my gosh, I kind of want more because it was freaking delicious, which is great because it means I can make some again later. And it has inspired me, truly, to be like, okay, how do you make this at home? Because I remember I used to make a really good chocolate chip one. I don't know. We'll get into that at a later date. But for now, I thought I would show you. I'm not going to set up the camera and do a time lapse of my chores and stuff today, but I'm still not energized enough in the legs to go and do a formal, let's go get on the elliptical, let's go outside for a walk. Plus the lawn people are here and I don't like being outside. The sound interrupts the peacefulness of my walk. So I'm not gonna go for a walk right now, but I am gonna clean. So I wanna show you the before and then I will show you when I'm done. So here's the kitchen. I don't know how it gets like this, but that's what we're dealing with here. And then we got some stuff over here that needs to get taken care of. We got some stuff in the living room. I mean, the living room's just a little bit. It's fine. And then the nightstand. Oh no! And then the perpetual nightstand. And then this is my clothes that came up from the cold weather bin, and I haven't found a place for them yet. There should be room in that drawer that I left open, you guys. So did my husband, but I left the drawer open. Shame on me. So I gotta find a place for all this. Those are the missions that I want to do now. All right, friends, this is a PSA to go on Amazon and get this for your winter weather clothing and your fall weather clothing. This is a fabric shaver, and the life that it just brought into, it's not perfect, but these are Old Navy sweaters that are many years old, probably past their prime, but I just ran this over them and look at how much stuff I picked up off of them, and they look so much better, especially this purple one. This purple one is one of my favorites to wear, and you can see it's still truly, I should probably get rid of these, but I don't want to because I love them. They're soft, they were inexpensive, and yeah, but this is a huge improvement. And then this one looks brand new. It looks brand new. Amazing. So this is your reminder. I gotta go over this one. I've gone over this one, but this one is just notoriously fuzzy, so I think that's just the texture of the sweater, but this is another one of my favorites. But I bought this last year for like less than $15 on Amazon, and it's worth every single penny. Well, I've been exhausted today. Absolutely, utterly hit a brick wall exhausted. I did get downstairs. I did do the elliptical for half an hour and did some light stretching and some very light ab work. While watching The Devil Wears Prada, I decided to turn on a movie that I really enjoy, one of my feel-good movies. Let me know in the comments below, do you have like a comfort movie? Movies you will watch on repeat over and over and over again? I do. I have several. When I was in college and after college, Clueless and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days were two of mine. I will always watch Dirty Dancing, Back to the Future, Devil Wears Prada, so good. And then my comfort show is Friends. I will watch Friends time and time and time again. Anyway, I digress. The energy level has just been null today. So the last thing I'm gonna do today is make dinner, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for the day. It's really an interesting juxtaposition from yesterday, right? Yesterday I was so fired up, so energized, up early, and then one day of pushing it really hard, I actually looked at my Oura ring and it actually told me that like, hey, you were too active yesterday. I got like in the red zone with all my like dancing and doing and everything. And I was like, oh, so that makes sense. That's part of the reason that I'm tired, is that I kind of crossed the line yesterday. And so in the last 90 days, in the wanting to be up, in the wanting to be productive, I still have to remember that your girl's got limits, which is fine. This is kind of just like how Tuesdays are going to be for a while because I'm out late on Monday nights. But anyway, I'm going to share with you how I am constructing my salmon bowls, and I'm very, very excited about it. It's very nutrient dense, high protein, high fiber, full of healthy fats too. Just so stinking delicious. I currently have frozen wild caught salmon fillets, both from Target and my last couple of Butcher Box fillets, in the oven. And I made a little concoction, unmeasured, of sesame oil, rice vinegar, and soy sauce, just kind of as a glaze, and then I sprinkled some sesame seeds on top. And now I'm going to show you how I make my own, so I never have to like pay extra for it, go hunting for it, my own homemade spicy mayo sauce, because I make it a little bit more than spicy mayo. So it's actually very easy. I use my favorite Primal Kitchen or Chosen Foods avocado oil mayo. Vastly prefer the flavor of the avocado oil mayos over the other kinds of mayos, so I use that. And then I use this Yellowbird sriracha. I got this from Thrive Market once, and I really enjoyed it for two reasons. One, super, super natural, clean ingredients, but also it comes in a smaller container. And that sriracha with the green top that you keep seeing everywhere comes in like massive containers. I don't love spicy food. This is the one exception. Therefore, it would take me, I don't know, 4 years to use up a container of the regular size sriracha. So I love that this is an option for sriracha. So as you can see, I actually have some still in here from when I made the very same thing over the weekend, but we're gonna make some more, and it's very, very easy. Oh, and I use soy sauce. We'll explain that in a minute. Again, all of this is unmeasured. This is all done to taste. We're planning on having this for 2 or 3 meals. I never mind having leftover. I'm gonna have to go get myself more mayo. Yep, indeed. So I just throw mayo in there and then start with less sriracha than you think you'll need. I know that looks like a lot, but really it's not. Start with less than you think you'll need, and you can always add more. I'm telling you, the different mayo makes a difference. It's so good. Like, this is a condiment that I would just use. There's something about spicy mayo that I just love. Now, to cut the heat just a little bit, which I know seems counterintuitive. I could have just used less, I know. But to add a salty, to add a umami, I add just a little bit of soy sauce. And at first it doesn't look like it's gonna mix, but it really does. Watch. Or I could just splash it on the counter. That's fine too. So by mixing in the salt of the soy sauce, you just get this really balanced, delicious drizzle that I put over sushi, I put over any poke bowl situation that I create, and it's just so good. See how it's a little bit more liquid than just mayo, so it makes a nice sauce. That's it. Super easy. Oh, I actually made it too spicy. My bad. We're gonna put a little bit more soy sauce in there. I got overzealous. All right, so here are the salmon fillets out of the oven. The way I do it is, it's really easy. And what's great about this is if you don't cook it perfectly, it doesn't really matter because, oh, look at that. All you do is mush it and you just flake the salmon. And that's what you put in your bowl, is the flaked salmon. Here she is, y'all. She is beautiful. And I am so excited. And I'm also very proud of myself. I usually use a bowl that is, here, let me show you. I usually use the big bowl down here. And instead I'm using one of these bowls to make sure that I am creating a smaller serving size for myself. Again, I didn't weigh, I didn't measure, I didn't track any of this. But my goal is to, with a food like this is one of my foods that I will absolutely overdo it on. Even though it's a nutritional powerhouse, I will stuff myself with poke bowls every time because I love them. So in order to prevent myself from doing this, I just took a smaller serving. So I have a little bit of this whole grain blend with quinoa, brown rice, and lentils at the bottom. You cannot see it. Then we have cucumber. We have pineapple. We got canned pineapple right here, and that's over there. And then we have salmon, plenty of salmon. In the middle, we have an avocado cup for extra healthy fats and fibers and all the good things. And then we have the spicy mayo, and then, of course, eel sauce. We need to have the eel sauce because, oh, it's my favorite thing. This flavor profile makes me so happy. So that is my dinner. I'm gonna sit down and eat it. But before I do, this is probably the last time you'll see my face this evening. I will share with you any dessert that I have, and I want to fill you in outside of the lunch I made, which was, it was so good and it was so simple. I just had all the components separate and I just threw them all in a thing and drizzled olive oil, splash of lemon juice, all the seasonings. It was absolutely delicious. And then in between lunch and dinner, I did have a healthy eating on the go bar because I just, my tummy was unsettled about something that tends to happen when I'm exhausted. So, and like my whole body was just off today, which is fine. It is what it is. But, so I ate that and it did actually help settle my stomach. So I moved today. I did my best today, which is awesome. So if there's dessert, you'll see it here. If not, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you tomorrow.